Facebook and Instagram. Again, we have these two cameras going because until Facebook and Instagram gets together, we're just going to have to share on both.
This is just how we do things now.
Good morning, beautiful East and Ivy family. So, first, we're going to get right into this. We are going to introduce you to this young man right here who is Casual. That is his real name, guys. His name is Kaz. He is from South Carolina, and he is our newest executive assistant. Kaz, tell us about yourself.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kaz. I hail from South Carolina.
That's garbage coffee.
I'm sorry. I'm like, well, before I can't even show you this. Kaz, go ahead.
Well, pass the coffee. I'm from South Carolina. I've come up here because my great friend Nicole has given me an opportunity to come and learn the real estate game, and I've come to learn everything I possibly can and hopefully become a top producer one day.
Oh, look at him go. Yep.
Change your language. You will become a top producer.
Right. We are very big on how we, what language we use.
And what you put out there into the universe.
Yep. Like, for instance, I'm going to be a billionaire one day, and I'm not even kidding.
Let's go, girl.
Let's go. Okay. Good morning, Q. How are you today? I don't like how they have this thing set up now. It's like the comments are at the bottom, but we can't see, but we can only see our face up here.
Right.
Yeah. So
I can probably pull up the comments on here.
So Kaz is one of my favorite little humans. He is the youngest son to my mentor growing up, and so this is kind of a full circle moment where I worked for your mom one day, or a long time ago, and now he's up here working for me. So I'm excited about what this kid is going to do. He's not a kid, he's a grown-ass man, guys. But in my mind,
I'm a kid around here. I don't know
much.
It's
true. He's still...
Compared to us,
he's teaching us all the things. Like, what's the new one we were talking about? No cap.
No cap.
No cap. What does no cap mean for all of our old friends?
Oh God, you put me on the spot. It's just no cap. It's not cap. You're not capping. It's you're not BSing.
This is what I'm talking about, guys.
That means you're not lying.
Yeah, no lie.
No lie.
No cap.
Okay, no lie, no cap. Love it. So in other fun news, Will has some exciting stuff that he's been up to for the last month or so, which is
about Keller Williams
Sports and Entertainment.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What does that mean?
Well, I know like a lot of people probably see me posting stuff about like, hey, I'm now in the sports entertainment, blah blah. So Keller Williams essentially has created this group. So there's about 200,000 agents ish worldwide in Keller Williams. So they've taken about 1% of us, and they've collectively created this group of, and they're calling it KW Sports and Entertainment. But what it is everyone in this group has some sort of tie to the sports and entertainment industry. Like for myself, I've got a friend who's an NFL sports agent.
Shout out to Jackson.
Yes, shout out to Jackson. What's up, man? Shout out to Jackson. But I want to provide value to him, and when he signs athletes, he needs to be able to provide housing to them all over the country, and this group provides that within minutes. Like we've got our own private message board, and someone posts like, hey, I've got this athlete, he just got signed over here. So we're not the ones that, like, you're not going to see a bunch of like glamorous posts where it's like, oh, well, I worked with this famous person, blah blah. We're the people behind the scenes that are making sure that your favorite athletes, when they get traded, it goes seamlessly, their housing needs are met, there's no stress, and yeah, like it's just really exciting. I'm really excited to be part of the group. They sent me an invitation, and I accepted right away. I was like, I have to be a part of this. It's just really exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. Athletes have a different set of challenges for people, so to be able to jump on and provide that value is...
Oh, I do want to be clear, though, so not to confuse people. So I'm not only working in the sports and entertainment. It's just an extra added level, like... to my business. I'm very much working with literally everyone, all of my old clients, everything.
And all of his new clients.
And all of my new clients. I'm not exclusively a sports and entertainment. It's just another designation through Keller Williams that I now have.
Just like he wasn't exclusively luxury whenever you were affiliated with KW Luxury, which we still are affiliated with KW Luxury. That just is to be able to
just another designation, yeah.
Another layer of service for different clients. So Katie says, watch that language, son. You're in the perfect place to learn the business. Katie is one of my favorite agents. She is out in the Loudoun County area.
And just favorite
area.
people in
Yeah,
general.
and just favorite people in general. Katie's an incredible human. So market update. This is going to be fun. First, I want to ask Kaz. We were shooting a podcast last night that'll probably be released in 2 weeks or so. And I asked Kaz, what was one of the things that he has learned so far of being around us for the last 2 weeks? And so I want you to tell us, what is one of the things that you've learned in the last, it doesn't have to be the same thing, just anything that you've learned.
Honestly, I just kind of want to go back to like how my viewpoint on real estate was. Just coming into this, right? I didn't know anything about real estate. Like my furthest extent of knowledge was really, if you're in real estate, you buy and sell homes. But coming into it, I learned so much more in that being a real estate agent has layers to it. And it's not just about being the person to buy and sell a home. It's about being the person to help people with their wealth management. And honestly, that kind of perspective has changed everything I view about real estate because it makes everything so much more in depth. Like creating relations means so much more now.
And one of the reasons why he learned that is that we'll officially announce this come February at some point, but we have affiliated with the top 1% in the U.S. In a very exciting way. So he had the opportunity to be able to sit on a call on Friday that was an economist call that had some very interesting market data in it that I don't think you would have been exposed to otherwise. So understanding that real estate is a wealth building tool and talking about all the different economic indicators was very exciting. I'm assuming it was exciting for you too to be able to hear that.
It was literally a completely new perspective for me and made me that much more excited.
For sure. Now you want to talk about economic indicators. One of the things that we talked about last night was the fact that these homes, everybody's like, oh, it's because we have less homes, there's nothing on the market. That's kind of true, but not exactly. And we're talking about language. The issue is that last year we actually sold more homes than, combined in the U.S. We've sold more homes in the U.S. than anywhere else, or any other time in history. The issue is we have more buyers now at any other time in history. So it's a supply and demand issue. So with all of these home prices going up in value and the potential for interest rates to rise, people have really started getting into the spring market early is for the only thing I can see. I mean, this past weekend here locally in Virginia, I put in 3 different offers. One was as high as $60,000 over ask. We dropped everything except for the appraisal. We offered $20,000 in an appraisal gap, and we still lost because people are coming in, they're liquidating. They're doing the same stuff that we were talking about last year is happening now, and it happened 2 weeks ago. It started happening about 2 weeks ago. Here in our little neighborhood in Belmont Bay, we had about a 4-month time period where we could still get into homes. If you wanted a home, you're still going to pay top dollar, but you're not going to have to compete against 17 offers.
Well, down even as far down as Fredericksburg, with my client recently, we submitted offers on 4 different houses, got beat out by cash on one, got beat out by $40K on another, and we're dropping contingencies and we're offering above, we ended up, the house that she got was $20K above list price, and the market's crazy right now. It appraised for $15K above that, and there's no comps to justify it. I'm like, what is happening?
How is this happening?
Yeah,
but yet there's still I swear I feel like it's on repeat. It's but condos are still sitting. We have 2 luxury condos that are, one's waterfront and one is on the rear face of the building, but they're both absolutely beautiful, 100% upgraded. Bathrooms are gutted, stunning to walk into, and they've been sitting for 60 days. But yet these townhomes and single family homes, bananas. We walked into an open house this weekend in Stafford, and I mean, shout out to the Reynolds team. You guys do it big down there. I mean, it's at places out in the woods, and there was at least, probably 25 cars. And just outside of the house, and God knows the people and families, and I'm like, oh man, is this happening again? And it's January. It's January. So I think that it's the news and everybody is just we're telling you, hey, the rates are going to rise. That's going to affect your affordability. So go ahead and get into it now. Because for those of you who think this market is going to crash, it's not. This is not a bubble. This is not inflated values for any other reason than the law of supply and demand. We have more people who want homes than there are homes available. So that's going to affect our value. And the reason why our, what was the statistic? Do you remember off the top of your head? I wish I still had it in front of me, but it was like the national average of where
Yeah.
things have risen. We'll have to go over that with you next week. But absolutely bananas. So with all that being said, what have you learned through all of this, sir?
I guess like just to summarize everything that we learned about, like with all the market updates and economists and stuff. I said economist. Hey, yeah, I can't say that word. That was
That
impressive.
was impressive.
I usually say like economist.
Economist.
It's a tongue twister.
It is. It is
You
very
can't say
difficult.
tongue.
Tongue?
No, you just said
Tongs.
Shh, go.
Is that the stuff you pick stuff up with?
Go.
All right. So yeah. So with interest rates rising and everything, and I think the biggest takeaway is yes, your buying power is going to shrink as interest rates rise. But it's even with interest rates, what they're projecting, they're not projecting they're going to be like astronomical. It's just going to go back to more normal, like where we were. And I say normal, but back in like 2017, 18, 19, like pre-pandemic. So
Mid threes,
yeah,
mid to high threes.
yeah. I mean, it's going to probably be in the fours. Could even hit 5 by the end of the year.
No,
You don't
I don't.
think so?
I don't. But you know,
I don't know. I mean, so like, let's say worst case scenario, it did hit 5. That's still not terrible. It's still cheap to borrow money. So yes, like buy a house, take advantage of the low interest rates if you want to get in right now. Just know you're going to be competing, and you know you're going to have to.
The point to that is you're going to be competing now. You're
Yeah.
going to be competing in the future,
Yeah.
unless new construction gets its game together and starts producing more places to
Yeah.
live. This is still going to continue to happen. Yeah. So I think we told you about this on one of our last episodes. Is we bought a Airbnb out in Stafford, and that's my like lesson learned about this. So we had an original 1.5 month flip on this. It's not really a flip. It's like a 1.5 month time frame to be able to get this thing up and running. Well, supply chain issues and just delay, COVID. The entire crew got COVID at some point. Snow,
power outage.
and power outages. Let me just tell you about a house that is out on 3.5 acres that is whenever you have a power outage and your entire crew has COVID and there's no one there to check on the house because you can't get up because it's on the top of a mountain and you can't get up the driveway because it's iced over and the entire whole home generator kicks on and your house is on propane. What happens, Will?
Your generator eats all your gas.
Within days.
So we had a half a tank of gas in this underground propane tank, and it should last us about 6 months.
Yeah.
So once the generator kicked on, and we had the gas company go out there and check it out, and I asked him his professional opinion. He was like, "Look, with a full tank, you can probably get away with like 4 or 5 days with your generator," and it sucked all the gas out. Nothing worked.
Yep.
And then it was a nightmare to get them to come back out.
And then it ended up blowing the fuse. I found out last night because
Yeah.
the thermostat hasn't been working. And so my contractor called me. He's like, "Hey, do you know what's going on?" I was like, "No, man. Everything worked in the house whenever I bought it. Like, why would it stop working now?" And so he had the HVAC guy out there, and I'm assuming because it was still trying to work, it ended up blowing the fuse to
Yeah.
the actual thermostat. So all of it's working now, but we're turning that generator off while nobody's in this property because that was a very expensive lesson.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one living in the house. Why do we need a generator?
Oh man, but that beautiful house, she'll be coming soon. She's done now. We just have to furnish her. So
We're
look out
really
for her.
excited to present her.
Yeah, really excited
We've
to present
posted
her.
like a little bit of snippets here and there, but oof.
She's stunning.
She's a beauty.
Yeah,
Modern,
she really is.
sexy boho vibe.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. What did Katie say? It's all about affecting and changing lives. The actual buying, selling the house
Hello,
is
Katie.
almost secondary if you're doing it right.
That's so
That is
true.
Absolutely true. That is exactly how we live here at East Siding. I have buyers looking in Ashburn. It's literally the Hunger Games up here. Minimum dozen offers on everything. Girl, yes. Like that was, I was so upset. Like the one, like out of all the offers that we submitted this weekend, the one that I was like, I think we're gonna do fine. Like we literally are gonna do fine. We should get it. We dropped everything. Nope, because we weren't the highest one. So I was so upset whenever. And it also goes to prove like that there was also, so the other two were VA that we submitted. They didn't get them because they're VA. And that's a really terrible thing to even think about that people take that into consideration, but they do because it's a different set of challenges with the potential appraisal and blah, blah, blah. Even if they have money, even if it's confirmed that they have money. But with this one, it was unconventional. But the reason why she didn't get it, not only did she not have the highest price, it was very close, but she didn't have the highest price. But that wasn't the real reason. The real reason is because she wasn't VA. Because the guy felt bad because he was also prior military and wanted to help out another vet. So I'm like, love that so much if this wasn't my client. So the moral of the story is I've been very upset and throwing things because I get emotionally invested in my clients, which is probably not something I should do, but she's a very passionate person. So
It's a lot of energy.
it's a lot of energy. Anywho, so that's my big frustration and big lesson with this. You got any other lessons learned?
Yeah, any lessons learned? Because you've been here for
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
This is his second week, so 10 days.
God, honestly, I've
You
learned
can
a
pick,
lot.
like,
It's
one.
kind of overwhelming to even like answer that question, just because everything I'm doing is like completely new to me. It's all foreign, so everything I'm picking up, everything I'm doing, paperwork, like going out the listings, everything. It's just all new, and I'm just really excited, honestly.
We even, like, I think if you saw the video series that we're pushing out, we talk about how we have important conversations about things that matter. And Kaz is even getting a dose of how crazy Nicole is whenever it comes to how he speaks.
Authenticity is what Easton Ivy loves,
More than anything.
and I love that.
Yeah. No, if you are associated with this team, you are not allowed to be anybody else but who you are, because we could sniff it out a mile away.
And I love it, man.
Uh-huh.
They bring out the best in you, and I've been fed too many compliments.
Oh, and well, he's gotten a tongue lashing a time or two too, in a very positive way. Anyway, so on February 10th, those of you who are interested, we have an investor seminar. So we have partnered with one of our favorite lenders, Shannon, and because she's an investor herself. I mean, God, she's owned so many homes over the course of her life, and so we are taking a little bit of a different spin on, instead of just buying a primary residence, what it looks like to actually get into the investment game. And you'll have us there to talk about this from the real estate side, and have Shannon there to talk about it from the mortgage side. Numbers, all that fun stuff. So we will be at the Harbor Grill on February 10th from 6:30 to 7:30. Come by, we'll feed you, we'll give you some drinks, and just have a conversation about your potential investment. So
Come meet me.
come meet Cass. He'll be there too. He's great. You guys are gonna fall in love with him. This kid, whenever we were at a gas station the other day getting gas, and he's over there talking to the guy from Jersey and making friends with him. I'm like, you're gonna be a great realtor.
He was backing up to pump his gas. He's not
so
used to
cute.
it.
Yeah, so cute.
It's like, don't lose that small town energy.
Don't, because this place will suck it out of you sometimes. Am I right?
I'll never let it go.
Never let go, Jack. Anyway, we are going to get off here because we have a very important meeting to get to here in a few minutes. Oh, what is this? Somebody said register here. Thank you, Angie. Angie says she's excited for you, Kaz, and she also
Thank you, Angie.
and she also dropped the Eventbrite link, so you all, and Instagram will put it on you too. I think. I actually don't know. I'm 95 years old.
We can put it in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
So it'll be on there. We'll put it in the link in the bio or something. Anyways, all right, gang. We love you. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Kazi, go turn off Instagram.